Hey everybody, we have breaking news here at Victor and Company. I never thought I'd say those words. Uh, I'm doing this video very quickly because of a couple of news items I saw this morning. To get right to the point, Larry Summers, the former Secretary of Treasury, the former president of Harvard University, and a leading economist who remains quite visible, basically made a statement yesterday that maybe the U.S. government should buy stock. Actually, I think he talked about governments in general buying stock. And Janet Yellen, same day, basically said more or less the same thing. This is not being treated as front page news. I checked the New York Times; it's not on the front page. I think it should be. Maybe it's not on the front page because nothing's actually happened yet. These are just ideas that are being floated. But that's how things work. Okay, first they put the idea out there, and then they do it. All right, Janet Yellen. All right, she's certainly a very powerful figure in the financial firmament. And also, by the way, they're already doing this in Japan. I'll show you that in a moment. So let's take a look. This is the thing that caught my eye. Summers floats idea of sustained government stock purchases. Let me show you the Yellen reference down here. Okay, here it is. Yellen says Fed purchases of stocks, corporate bonds could help in a downturn. All right, now let me show you the Bank of Japan. The Bank of Japan is already the number one shareholder of, I think, the top 81 companies in Japan, and they're probably going to be the top shareholder of all the Nikkei 225 companies by the end of the year, as I understand it. That's just an amazing, amazing thing. So there are two things I think of. One is the implications for capitalism. You know, this is not how we do things. I'm not saying I know it's wrong to do this, but it's definitely different. And you know, you remember a few years ago there was a lot of talk about the Social Security funds being invested in the stock market as a way to sort of solve the Social Security crisis, which actually turns out not to really be a crisis at all. It's actually a Medicare crisis, but that's a whole different thing. I never liked that idea, and the reason is that if the government's going to go in and buy stock, you know that's going to become political, all right? And that means there are going to be winners and losers based on political considerations, not based on just duking it out in the marketplace the way it historically has worked and should work, in my opinion. So I'm really leery of, you know, having a senator from Louisiana or whatever have something to say about which stock gets bought in which quantity or whatever. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating there maybe, but you know, that's where it could head. I don't like that. Then the other big implication is just what do I do with your accounts? I mean, if we have the idea that the government's going to come in and buy stock, and in particular, and again, this is politically, this is what would happen. If there's a big downturn, the government's going to go in and buy stock. It changes everything. You know, I've never had to think that way about your assets. So this, believe me, this is a big deal if it happens, but it is already going on in Japan. It's been going on for months. You know, it could happen here. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know. We'll have to keep an eye on this one. Talk to you soon.